Installing mental model for Python versus C. 2 programs, same loop, different languages, sum every integer from 0 to 100 million. Python on the left, C on the right, same algorithm. Hit start. C finishes. 0.82 seconds. Done. Python is still running, still counting. 1 second, 2, 10, 50. C has been sitting at its answer for over a minute, and Python is still counting. 92 seconds later, Python finishes. Same answer, 112 times slower. That is not a rounding error. That is not a profiling artifact. That is real. So here is the question. The algorithm is identical. The math is identical. The answer is identical. What on earth is Python doing with all that extra time? The answer isn't what you think. It isn't the compiler. Python has one. It isn't the GIL either. This loop runs on a single thread, no lock contention. The answer is what happens on every single iteration. Let's zoom in. Here is the entire Python loop. One line, just an addition. In C, this compiles to a single machine instruction. Add 2 registers, 1 clock cycle. In Python, this same line triggers a cascade, every iteration. Step 1, dispatch. Python compiled that addition into a bytecode instruction called binary op. The interpreter, a C loop inside CPython, fetches that instruction, decodes it, and jumps to the handler. Step 2, figure out what we're adding. Integers, floats. The interpreter has to look. It follows pointers to each operand's type descriptor. Modern Python caches this in the hot path, but the machinery is still there. Step 3, the actual addition. And here's the catch. A Python integer isn't 4 bytes of data. It's a whole object on the heap. Around 28 bytes on a typical 64-bit CPython build. A reference count, a type pointer, a size field, a digit array holding the actual value. Every integer in Python looks like this. 42, 0, all of them, heap objects with headers. So to add 2 of them, Python unwraps both, reaches past the headers for the digits, adds the digits, then allocates a brand new object on the heap for the result. Malloc. Zero out memory. Write the header, write the digits, return a pointer. Step 4, ref counts. Bump the count on the new object. Drop the count on the old values. More memory writes. That is 1 iteration. Dispatch, type check, 2 header lookups, heap allocation, ref count bookkeeping. For what C does in 1 instruction, multiply that by 100 million. And it's all running inside an interpreter, not on bare metal. There's your 100x. Side by side, the compiled output. Here is the C loop after optimization. 4 instructions. Add the index to the sum. Increment the counter. Compare. Jump back. That is the inner loop. Registers only. No allocation. No function calls. The CPU tears through 1 iteration every fraction of a nanosecond. Now here is what Python is running. Not Python, not bytecode. The C function inside CPython that executes your bytecode. This file is called ceval.c, and this is the path for 1 binary op. Fetch the next opcode. Branch, jump to the handler, pop 2 values. Dispatch to the types add slot. Check types, unpack operands, call long add. Allocate an object, 0 the memory. Write the header, write the digits, return a pointer. Push it on the stack. Ref count bookkeeping. Jump back. Dozens of C function calls. Hundreds of instructions. Just to do what C does in 1. And C's compiler isn't stupid. For the right shape of loop, it vectorizes, adding multiple numbers per instruction using the CPU's SIMD registers. Python's interpreter can't even see the loop as a loop. It sees opcodes. It runs them 1 at a time, forever. 100x isn't an exaggeration. For this shape of loop, it's the inevitable consequence of running every number through an interpreter that treats every integer as a heap object. Now you know why. So is Python stuck here? No. Replace that Python loop with numpy. Same work. 0.1 seconds, faster than our C version, because numpy isn't really Python. It's a thin Python wrapper around a C library. The array is a contiguous block of raw bytes. The sum is compiled C code, hitting your CPU's add instructions directly. Same Python-looking API. C loop underneath. NumPy, pandas, PyTorch, scikit-learn. They aren't magic. They're C wearing a Python mask. When Python is slow, it isn't broken. It's doing something C doesn't do, running every number through an interpreter. Once you know that, you know when to reach for NumPy, and when a plain for loop is fine. And there's something fascinating inside NumPy, how it keeps that loop at C speed without losing the Python feel. But that's a story for another video. Cognitive architecture, updated.